right now.
Happening right now, Hollywood Park police investigating an overnight shooting that left 2 people dead and 1 person injured.
That survivor rushed to the hospital is expected to recover. Our Alyssa Cole shows us a closer look at that crime scene.
This shooting coming as a surprise. Hollywood Park, known for its laid-back, quiet atmosphere, but it has a different feel today as police continue to investigate what led up to this tragic event. According to Hollywood Park Police, officers were called to this shopping center area right off Highway 281 North a little after 1 this morning. When police got to the scene, they found 3 people. 2 were dead and 1 injured. Police identified one of the persons who had been shot as Justin Dondre Hutchison. The 3rd person who was injured was rushed to the hospital and remains unidentified. We spoke to a business owner next door to Rose Bistro, where police say the incident occurred. The business owner tells us they found blood just outside of the bistro's back door this morning when coming in for work. Right now, police continue to investigate, and once we learn who was shot and why, we'll be sure to let you know. In Hollywood Park, Alyssa Cole, KSAT 12 News.
To other stories we're following today, San Antonio police believe the victim of another shooting over on the city's southeast side is responsible for his own injury. They say a 31-year-old was found with a gunshot wound to his buttock. According to officers, the victim was uncooperative, but they were able to find the gun and a witness. SAPD determining the man was shooting into the air and a bullet hit him in the behind. He was taken to the hospital and is expected to recover, but he was also placed under arrest for outstanding warrants. Today, hundreds of first responders climbed the Tower of Americas to pay tribute to those heroes who lost their lives 21 years ago at the World Trade Center in New York.
Yeah, it's a reminder of what happened, but also a reminder of the sacrifice first responders make every single day. Camelia Juarez tells us why we remember.
This is the last call for FDNY 343. Please respond.
The dispatcher call from 21 years ago, and the silence still weighs heavy.
For all units, all stations, there is no response from FDNY 343.
Gear, helmets, badges from multiple first responders from across the state, all filing into the Tower of the Americas, thinking about the sacrifices.
We always have each other's back. We're always there for each other, no matter what department you're in.
It's a reminder of the 415 first responders who sacrificed their life trying to save other people from the World Trade Center.
They didn't second guess anything. They went straight in there and they did what they needed to do. And that's what we do as firefighters. We go straight in.
Firefighters coming up! Go get them, guys.
Many firefighters go inside wearing full gear. Inside the tower, there are photos of fallen heroes in the stairwell.
Firefighters are finishing their second descent. Now, the World Trade Center was 110 stories and the Tower of the Americas is 65. So they do it twice to finish the climb that those first responders couldn't finish on 9/11.
It's firefighter Aaron Kagan's 5th year climbing the tower. As a New Yorker, it's personal to him. He wears a name tag displaying Michael DeOra, one of the 343 firefighters who died.
We're here today. We're here to finish what they started, and it's really important to me to be able to do this every year. Teach your kids, teach your loved ones about honoring this day and what this day is really about for all of us.
Camelia Juarez, KSAT 12 News.
Another stair climb event, this one in Converse, also marking the 21st anniversary of those terror attacks on American soil. The Converse police and fire departments banding together to host the city's annual memorial stair climb at J.W. Rutledge Stadium. Converse fire chief says as they honor the firefighters that responded on 9/11, he reflects on the New York firefighters' desire and commitment to carry out their own mission in the midst of unimaginable chaos on that day.
Trying to get as many people out as they possibly could, carrying all that weight in a very tight, confined space, limited air, all those things, all those challenges. It takes a lot of grit, a lot of determination, and just a lot of heart to do something like that.
Firefighters from different cities traveled to Converse to join their brothers and sisters in uniform during today's event. And the nation as a whole coming together today to mark the 21-year anniversary of the 9/11 terrorist attacks.
Yeah, everyone remembering and honoring the nearly 3,000 lives lost that day. Mike Valeria has more on President Joe Biden's message to the country.
A moment of silence in New York City on a somber Sunday 21 years after the September 11th terrorist attacks. When al-Qaeda hijackers flew airliners into the Twin Towers, the Pentagon, and the eventual crash into a field near Shanksville, Pennsylvania, killing nearly 3,000 people.
It should not take another tragedy to unite our nation.
At the September 11th memorial in New York City, family and friends read the names of their loved ones.
Howard Lee Kane, Jennifer Lynn Kane, firefighter Vincent D. Kane, Engine 22.
While at the Pentagon, President Joe Biden attended a wreath-laying ceremony where he paid tribute to those killed there.
This is a day not only to remember, but a day of renewal and resolve for each and every American.
Biden also referenced the drone strike which killed Ayman al-Zawahiri earlier this year, saying the al-Qaeda terrorist leader would never threaten the American people again. The president also shared what he sees as the greatest lesson learned from 9/11.
We regain the light by reaching out to one another and finding something all too rare, a true sense of national unity. To me, that's the greatest lesson of September 11.
On the anniversary of a day we will never forget. I'm Mike Valerio reporting.
Back here at home, HEB marking that anniversary by honoring first responders. HEB partners setting up the Grocer's Mobile Kitchen over at the Alamo Dome and organizing a drive-through to serve San Antonio firefighters barbecue lunches. The San Antonio Fire Department also presented with a special donation, HEB donating $20,000 to the department. Firefighters say they appreciate HEB and all of its employees, honoring them in this way, especially on a day like today when they reflect on that tragic day.
We're super grateful to them for just making our day a little bit easier today.
Throughout last week, HEB paid tribute to all first responders, with San Antonio store employees performing maintenance projects like cleaning and landscaping around fire and police stations.
Still ahead on the news at 5:30, Netflix officials say they're paying tribute to Queen Elizabeth II, how they're honoring her and how it's affecting the popular streaming series, The Crown.
And the hearse carrying the body of Queen Elizabeth II making its way to its first stop on the journey to return the Queen home. We'll take a look at the outpouring of love by mourners along the way.
Continuing our coverage, crowds lined the streets of Edinburgh, Scotland today to say goodbye to Queen Elizabeth II. The Queen's hearse and procession passed through the city's Royal Mile on its way to the Palace of Holyrood House, the official residence of the monarchy in Scotland. 3 of the Queen's children, Princess Anne, Prince Andrew, and Prince Edward, accompanied the Queen's body for the 6-hour journey from Balmoral. Queen Elizabeth passed away on Thursday at the age of 96. She was the longest-serving monarch in British history, a span of over 70 years.
Meanwhile, Netflix announcing they are pausing production of the popular drama The Crown out of respect for the Queen. The director calling the Emmy-winning streaming series a love letter to the Queen. The 6th and final season is already planned. Casting has begun for some of the modern monarchs. Right now, there is no word on if Netflix will move forward with the anticipated fall premiere for season 5.
All right, here at home, let's take a look outside with live cam. 92 degrees here this hour in San Antonio. A few clouds out there, but still plenty of sunshine and blue skies. We actually have seen a weak front that's been pushing through south central Texas this Sunday, and that's actually going to filter in some drier air as we get ready to kickstart the upcoming work week. Real quick, we'll talk our pollen count for the day. Molds and fall elm both moderate. The aquifer is up 1/2 foot at 637.3. So that is the good news there. Again, it's been pretty isolated as this boundary is moved through, but we have seen just a few showers and a couple of thunderstorms, especially out west. We'll get you a full radar check and what to expect this week after the break. All right, it's been pretty isolated out there today, but we have managed to find just a few showers and non-severe thunderstorms, all as we see a weak cool front work its way through the area. This 5 p.m. hour, you can see we have some weakening thunderstorm activity that is now pushing into the far eastern reaches of Kinney County near Bracketville there. A couple of showers near Sabinal as well as Uvalde, and then a few more downpours approaching and really crossing over Highway 90 as we speak, just to the west of Hondo. All of that activity continues to filter its way farther down to the south. A couple of showers as well across the far southwestern reaches of Bexar County near I-35. And then we also have a few more showers working their way southbound through the southern portions of Atascosa County, reaching over to McMullen County as well. And then just a few more isolated splashes of rain near the Karnes City as well as Kennedy areas. Generally, we will keep that isolated chance to maybe find just a few additional showers and storms in the forecast over the next few hours. But generally, after the sun goes down and we lose that daytime heat, most of what is left out there on the radar does look to dissipate. I'll tell you where there is more widespread rain farther up to our north as well as our east across portions of the mid-Atlantic, even reaching over to the Ohio as well as Tennessee River valleys, all thanks to that parent area of low pressure that is dropping that weak cool front into our area this evening as well. Take a look at temperatures near Chicago, 62 degrees, 73 in St. Louis, at 72 up in Minneapolis. We are not expecting those afternoon and evening temperatures here in our neck of the woods. Notice it is just a little bit warmer. 93 is where we sit here in San Antonio. It's 88 in Waco. Up in the Panhandle, though, just a little bit cooler, 75 for our friends up in Amarillo. So this front isn't really affecting our temperatures a whole lot, but the biggest thing that it's going to do for us is allow for some slightly drier air to filter in as well. Taking a look at dew points, which is how we measure that low level moisture in the atmosphere, a little bit drier, especially across portions of the hill country. Those dew points currently sitting in the low to mid 60s, just a little bit more humidity in the air across the far southern reaches of the area, a few more dew points in the low 70s. But what that dry air, as it continues to filter in, will do for us is allow those temperatures to cool down just a little bit more efficiently through the overnight. So we're waking up to temperatures in the mid to upper 60s across the hill country, reaching back west down the Highway 90 corridor. Low 70s expected by wake up time for your Monday morning. Here in San Antonio, more of the same conditions will continue as we head into the first half of the upcoming work week before we see just a little bit more moisture return, and then those morning lows start to come up just a little bit more as well. So the biggest things that this drier air is going to do for us, yes, it makes some more comfortable mornings. It does unfortunately dry up our rain chances over the next couple of days, but it also is going to make for still some hot afternoons. Yes, that dry air can cool down efficiently through the overnight, but it also warms right back up throughout the second half of each day. Upper 80s, low 90s still expected as we head into the second half of our day tomorrow. More of the same as we head into the rest of the week as well. We'll reintroduce some isolated chances for rain as early as Wednesday.
Keep that KSAT weather app going.
Yes.
All right, thanks, Mia.
All right, Andrew, it is Christmas morning for NFL fans. Cowboys fans have to wait a little bit before they can open their present and decide if they want to keep it or send it back.
Yeah, well, they're getting the same present they got last year, Tampa Bay and Tom Brady. When we come back, Larry Ramirez is in Arlington. He will have highlights later tonight and obviously reaction, but we will hear from Dak Prescott and how the Cowboys are preparing for the Bucs. Plus, Texans had some guests in the stands before their game against the Colts. Got that too next.
Pro football coverage, powered by Davis Law Firm.
Tonight, the journey begins for the Dallas Cowboys, and they'll kick off their 2022 NFL season the same way they did last year against Tom Brady and the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. This time, however, the rematch is in Jerry World, and there's plenty of new faces offensively for the Cowboys, especially at wide receiver. Quarterback Dak Prescott was asked to compare Tampa's defense this year to last year's unit.
Missing a couple of players up front, not having Sue and JPP, but other than that, I mean, schematically, I feel like they're going to be the same. Obviously, you got Todd Bowles, who's now the head coach, but who said he's calling the plays, who did it last year for him, knowing his mentality, knowing just the team, that the defense and the team that he always coaches, their culture, their aggressiveness. Yeah, pretty confident in our preparation and what we're going to see from these guys.
Our Larry Ramirez is in Arlington as we speak for tonight's 7:20 start at AT&T Stadium. We'll have highlights and reaction tonight on Instant Replay. The Uvalde High School football team was in the house at NRG Stadium to see Davis Mills and the Houston Texans kick off their 2022 season against the Colts. Texans in control of this one in the third quarter. Mills slings it to O.J. Howard for the 22-yard touchdown. Houston leads 20-3, a quarter away from a huge win, but the Colts score 17 unanswered points in the fourth quarter. New Indy QB Matt Ryan caps a rally with a 15-yard touchdown to Michael Pittman Jr., and we're all tied at 20 and heading into overtime. Colts had a chance to pull off the comeback in OT, but Rodrigo Blankenship misses a 42-yarder for the win, so the Texans have life on the ensuing drive. Ball at midfield, facing 4th and 3 with 26 seconds left, and they punt. That's basically how this one ends in a 20-20 tie. We'll hear from the team tonight on Instant Replay. There is no quit in this year's Roadrunners team. UTSA battled back from a 28-14 third quarter deficit to take down Army 41-38 in overtime yesterday, and it's the program's first ever win over the Black Knights. Quarterback Frank Harris accounted for nearly 400 yards of total offense and threw 3 touchdown passes, including the walk-off game winner due to Corian Clark. It's plain to see over the last 2 years, the Roadrunners have plenty of experience with close games.
We prepare for these type of moments, so nobody blinks. We've been there before, and we won the game versus Memphis, so we knew we'd come out and win as well. We just kept trusting the triangle, kept trusting our coaching, and we did.
The Roadrunners next faced a wounded Longhorns team that came this close to knocking off number 1 Alabama yesterday in a 20-19 loss at home. Felt like 2009 all over again as Texas was forced to change their offensive game plan on the fly due to injuries at the quarterback position. Starting QB Quinn Ewers left the game with a clavicle injury and did not return. He's scheduled to be out at least a month, while backup QB Hudson Card was hobbled with an ankle injury for the majority of the game. How did head coach Steve Sarkisian think Card handled the pressure?
Hudson handled it great. A couple really good completions there, a couple big scrambles as a guy who, he wasn't getting first team reps all week. So when you come in those types of situations, they're never easy. And I thought he performed more than admirably for us.
Roadrunners and Longhorns kick off Saturday in Austin at 7 p.m. Meanwhile, Texas A&M fell from number 6 in the nation to number 24 in the latest AP Top 25 poll after an inexplicable loss to Appalachian State at home 17-14. Quarterback Haynes King and the offense can best be described as ineffective, accounting for a little under 200 total yards in just 18.5 minutes of possession. Head coach Jimbo Fisher said after the game that every offensive starter will be critically evaluated this week.
We'll evaluate everything. It's not just on the offensive line, guys. We had some mistakes up front, but we had some mistakes out wide. We had mistakes at tight. Everybody kind of took a turn. You know what I'm saying? And when all of a sudden you only have 8 possessions, that can happen. And we'll evaluate everything we do, Brent. Seriously. We'll look at everybody and what goes on, and whatever we have to do to be successful, we'll do.
The Aggies move on to host Miami next Saturday at 8 p.m.
Underway. Get Jewett.
That one's blocked. The kick is blocked. Congratulations to Trinity football. The Tigers knocked off 8th-ranked Wheaton College 17-16 at home last night thanks to that blocked extra point. Senior Mac Douglas was the man responsible, and the Tigers have started the season 2-0.
I'm so proud of this team because, we lost to them 3-0 away, and we came in here and I would say we kind of dominated them.
San Antonio FC cemented their lead atop the USL's Western Conference standings with a 1-0 victory over San Diego Loyal SC. The Alamo City club still leads the USL League with 63 total points, and that's a new club record. Finally, last night, Manu Ginobili was officially enshrined in the Naismith Memorial Basketball Hall of Fame. The legendary point guard won 4 NBA titles here in the Alamo City alongside his Hall of Fame presenter, Tim Duncan, and also led Argentina to Olympic gold in 2004. After the festivities, our Greg Simmons caught up with Manu and asked if he felt love from the Spurs fans here in San Antonio.
I said it. I wanted to make clear that I said it because I felt the love, and I tried to return it every night, every game, every pregame. So I think we had a symbiotic relationship. We loved each other.
Now, I have to confess, I didn't grow up in San Antonio, but growing up in other parts of the state, you could feel the love every time Manu was on the court.
Hey, I didn't grow up here. I got here as quick as I could, and he quickly became my favorite Spurs player.
Easy to root for.
Yeah. Thank you, Andrew.
Nobody like Manu.
That's right.
We'll be right back.
All right, a couple showers and storms continue to work their way farther down to the south. That activity should dissipate after the sun goes down. With that drier air, still some hot afternoons in place, but those mornings are just a little bit more comfortable out there, guys.
All right, thank you, Mia, and thank you for watching. We'll see you back here for the Night Beat tonight at 10.
Have a good evening. We'll see you then.